Welcome back to Charisco Crypto. Guys, welcome, guys. Let's discuss Bitcoin. Let's discuss crypto. Let's talk about everything else that is happening in the world of crypto. Bitcoin and crypto still trading sideways, you know, which is normal. This is what I'll be saying, so a day like this is coming. So when the market will be consolidating, but you don't have to be scared, the best strategy remain a DCA dollar cost average and hold for a long term, which is why today, we'll be looking into most of the data, what is happening in the market, technically, what is happening in the market. So over the past few weeks, for sure, the market has been totally destroyed. Bitcoin deep down now, slightly recovery back up. Bitcoin deep below $81,000 weeks ago. Now it's slightly recovery back up. So this is why I keep saying you don't have to be scared each time the market is down. You know, buy as much as you can when the market is down. It's not a financial advice, but that is how it works. You know, dollar cost average in the market. Buy when there is blood in the market, even if it is your own blood. Then you will see. Just a week ago when Bitcoin dipped down to $81,000, if you are buy today, Bitcoin is above $91,000 once again. That is huge. So, guys, first, let's look at the market performance. As you guys can see, the market is slightly up for the week. Let's quickly see this here. Looking at this chart here, as you guys can see, historically, every red. So in November, just usually become also a red in December. So looking at the chart right now, so as you guys can see, we just closed October last month, with about a negative of about a 3.6%. Now we're closing and we close October with about negative of about a 3.6%, and we are closing this in November, which is today is the last day of the month. We are closing this November with a negative of about 17%, which is crazy. But looking at September may still be red with about, historically with between about a 3-4%, which is normal. It's also a good time to DCA and accumulate as much as you can. And keep saying it. This time the market is down, you have to accumulate as much as you can. You don't have to be scared so that, you will be in profit whenever the market is back up in profit. Despite the up and down, despite the brutal month which we had just the past few weeks. But guess what? BTC ETF just their first weekly net inflow this October. So that's because the Bitcoin spot ETF, they have been taking profit, selling, taking profit, selling their Bitcoin and crypto. But you guys can see, first time ever, once again, we are seeing a net inflow from the spot Bitcoin ETF, which is quite positive. That is positive for the market. Yeah, guys, if you're watching from LCK Twitter, also retweet, share the stream. Let's discuss Bitcoin. Let's discuss crypto. Have been streaming quite a while, but today I have a lot of fantastic news to share with you guys. If you are SRP Army, for sure, if you are SRP Army, you are watching this stream. There's some positive news for SRP as well. So that's some positive news. Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. Be saying it, so there is no, doubt about that. We have so many country keep adopting a Bitcoin and crypto, and a Bitcoin and crypto adoption. We are just getting started. Bitcoin has been declared dead more than 1 million times, and Bitcoin is still here. Small shop just start accepting a Bitcoin in El Salvador once again, which is also positive. So if you are big ticking, who has been selling, who keeps selling his Bitcoin? Why is Bitcoin still down? Despite we also have some way which they keep accumulating and accumulating and accumulating. We have so many people keep accumulating some way which are accumulating a Bitcoin. You can see from here, BlackRock just sold at least which almost about $2.3 billion worth of Bitcoin just this month alone. But they say it's normal because for sure it's normal because they have been buying and buying and buying. They hold close to $100 billion worth of Bitcoin before the market start consolidating few months ago. So I remember just even if in November when October, that was October, when the Bitcoin head up to all-time high with when Bitcoin was trading around the $126,000. So before October finally become a red month. BlackRock was holding close to $100 billion in Bitcoin. So as you guys can see, so the big boys they keep accumulating and accumulating. So if you can see here, you can see from here. This is the US spot Bitcoin ETF. So looking at BlackRock, as of today, BlackRock is holding roughly between about 777,000 Bitcoin plus, followed by Fidelity and Grayscale. So the inflow, which I was just saying right now, you can see from here with the chart, BlackRock have been selling as well, taking profit. So, which is why what contribute to the downside of the market. So, if you have been thinking, oh, so why is Bitcoin still down? Who has been selling? So that's because the way the institutional investors, the spot Bitcoin ETF, they have been taking profit. But you all know, Bitcoin is not going anywhere. Bitcoin is not going away because it's an asset with a limit supply. Even if Robert Kiyosaki, I have the headline here. He said that so the world is collapsing, and one of the assets that will save you from this is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the asset that will save you from inflation. Bitcoin is the asset that will save you from money printing, which the government keep printing every single day. So one of the way to save yourself from inflation is to hold a strong asset like Bitcoin. So which is why you can't go wrong by buying it this year and accumulate as much as you can. Fact. Okay, guys, let's go. Having a monitor, one of my monitor was out from signals for a while. It's crazy. So, guys, as you guys can see here, looking at a BlackRock chart, you can see we're having a slightly inflow once again from a BlackRock spot ETF. You can see from here that there is slightly inflow once again. You can see over the past few weeks has been a negative. It has been the market has been totally destroyed because you can see a huge red outflow from the spot Bitcoin ETF. They have been selling, but we now this week we're now having a slightly inflow once again, which is quite positive. So this is just what I was saying earlier just now. Rich Dad and Poor Dad, which is Robert Kiyosaki. So the author of Rich Dad and Poor Dad, he just recommend Bitcoin as the tool to get rich when the world is collapsing. The only asset that will save you from this inflation is this asset which I'm just saying right now, which is Bitcoin. So asset with a limit supply is one of the assets that will save you from this inflation, the government money printing. So this is why you need it. So they can't print as much as they can in Bitcoin. They can confiscate gold, but they can't confiscate Bitcoin. No, they can discover more gold, they can't discover more Bitcoin. So this is why you need this asset. So those are smart people. Even if Elon said this about a few weeks ago, that it's becoming a moat right now. Elon said that so the inflation, the government keep printing more money. So Bitcoin is energy. You can't fake energy. You can't fake Bitcoin, but they can fake the fiat, which is the government money. So the freedom that Bitcoin and crypto give to you alone is what you really need. So Bitcoin is freedom. Bitcoin is in everything you need is in Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is that asset you need as a human. So which is why many people are diving into the ZK ZK blockchain about privacy coins. That is because you need you need freedom for you to live as a human. So the asset you need to live as a human is an asset like Bitcoin. So this is what Rich Dad and Poor Dad is saying. It's recommending Bitcoin as a tool that will that will, get you rich, that will, in order for you to be wealthy, you need a Bitcoin. So when the world is collapsing, you need an asset like Bitcoin. So look at this. Psycho just minted another $500 million in fresh supply. So to show you guys that the way they are not sleeping, they keep accumulating and accumulating. You may be thinking now Bitcoin is down, and the way they may not be depositing, the fiat, the government money. Guess what? They keep depositing in centralized exchange in order for them to. What do you think that they are using this half a billion dollars for? They are using it to accumulate as much as many Bitcoin as they can. Strategy, because there are so many as speculation as well, that Michael Saylor may be selling his Bitcoin if Bitcoin dip below 40, if Bitcoin dip below $70,000. So MicroStrategy average Bitcoin holding is between about 72 $73,000. We show that if Bitcoin dip below $70,000, the MicroStrategy will run out of profit, which is they have now rebranded the company to Strategy. But guess what? The CEO, which is Michael Saylor, said that even if Bitcoin dip below, dip below $25,000, it will affect their buy. So we show that strategy, they are not selling their Bitcoin anytime soon. So Bitcoin, they keep accumulating. Guess what? He just made a tweet about a few hours ago. That is because so this is a micro strategy. I want to show you guys this, that the big boys, the way they keep buying and buying and buying and buying. So as you guys can see from here, this is a strategy. MicroStrategy CEO tweeted this about a few hours ago. So Michael Saylor. So what if we start adding a green dot? So this is a MicroStrategy's strategies Bitcoin holding. You can see as of today, strategy is still holding more than $59 billion in Bitcoin. So this is what the way are doing. This is what the big boys are doing. So when you be scared, thinking that maybe Bitcoin is going to zero, the way they keep accumulating and accumulating and accumulating. Yeah, guys, I see the chart booming. So if you have any question, drop your question on the chat for sure. We'll be doing Q&A shortly. Greetings to you guys all. So see the chat booming, guys. For sure, drop your question on the chat. So I do select people who, as I always say, I said to you guys, I will be sending a big chart, the streaming coin to you guys. But guess what? So it's few people who got the big chart this time, which was about 5 people, if I'm not mistaken. So as you guys can see, I do send big chart to you guys about a few hours ago. Someone like Matthew, if I can recall, Matthew and Favor. So I sent the big chat to you guys. So guys, what am I saying? You guys can see here, the big boys, they keep accumulating and accumulating and accumulating. When you be scared, thinking that Bitcoin is going to zero, but you can say the way they keep accumulating. Don't be surprised. Tomorrow is Monday. The CEO of Strategy, Michael Saylor, will be announcing tomorrow that Strategy just added another millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. They have been buying since 2020. As of today, they are holding more than $59 billion in Bitcoin. Guess how many Bitcoin that is? That is roughly between about 649,000 Bitcoin. It's crazy. Just one company. This is an asset with a limit supply, which 21 million that will ever be in existence. So in Bitcoin, we only have 21 million that will ever be in existence, and 95% of total Bitcoin supply is already been mined, which should we have a less than 5% of total Bitcoin supply to be mined in the next years to come. So MicroStrategy is already holding more than 3% of total Bitcoin supply, when BlackRock is holding about 3.5% of total Bitcoin supply. I'm not just saying it. I want you guys to see BlackRock Bitcoin holding. Let's quickly see if I can bring this out here to see. The US Spot Bitcoin ETF, this is just BlackRock. BlackRock is holding a 3.7% of total Bitcoin supply already. Just BlackRock Spot ETF. Let's look at a US Spot Bitcoin ETF. You can see from here, US Spot Bitcoin ETF, they are holding a 6.2% of total Bitcoin supply. followed by, when you look at BlackRock holding a 3.7%, when Fidelity is holding about 1%, when Grayscale is holding about 0.7%. So that is how scarce Bitcoin and crypto is. Coming to SRP, as if you are SRP army, you need to see this, that so Binance SRP reserve. So guys, centralized exchange, they are they are withdrawing their SRP from centralized exchange to decentralized exchange. So as you all know, SRP spot ETF got approved. That is about less than 2 weeks right now. There's so much inflow, so much inflow in the SRP spot ETF. So many people been buying. So which is positive, and not just positive for SRP. This is positive for the crypto space. So SRP spot ETF got approved. That means Solana spot ETF is coming. ADA spot ETF is coming. You all know one of my favorite altcoin, that is so Solana spot ETF is coming. Sui spot ETF is coming. So most of those altcoin spot ETF is coming. You can see from here, but I don't think you guys can see that because my camera may block. Okay, I think you guys can see from here. So you can see from here that SRP ledger, the reserve just falling to about 2.7 billion between this is the lowest ever steady outflow from investor pulling token out from their exchange. So this show that so many investors are withdrawing their SRP from a centralized exchange, which is like Kraken. This is just from Binance. So they are withdrawing from a centralized exchange like Binance, but also not just from Binance. This is the chart from Binance. So they are withdrawing from Kraken, withdrawing from BYBIT and other centralized exchange. So that is to show that a huge bounce is coming for SRP as well. So not just Bitcoin. So the market consolidating right now, Bitcoin trading sideways, is just normal. So if you have some cash on your side, that does not accumulate as much as you can, but that does not mean we would dip below this price. So historically, you know, analysis still predict that so Bitcoin could still at least the price could still drop to at least 40,000 to $41,000 this cycle. I'm not bearish. You guys need to know that Charisco is not bearish. Instead of me to be bearish, I will be bullish. I think I'm one of the most bullish guy in the crypto space for sure. That's because I've been in the crypto space for more than half a decade right now, and for over the years, I've experienced the downside of the market. So the bear market. I must say about two down two downside of the market, which is about two bear markets. I've go through two bear market when the market was down, when everybody think that the Bitcoin is dead. Finally, dead. Bitcoin is still trading above, $90,000. Why would you be scared right now? Imagine Bitcoin dropped down to $40,000. Let's say another 50% down from here. You all know what that means. So the market right now, even if just last week, the fear and greed it just dipped down to about 11%. But imagine what will happen if Bitcoin still dip another 50% down from here. What will happen? That will be crazy. So it will be a good opportunity for us to accumulate as many Bitcoin as we can. So coming here, let's see. SRP. This is also for SRP. Software engineering debunking Apple and Google's SRP endorsement claim. So there are so many, positive news about SRP out there that the there is more endorsement coming for SRP. So many people are embracing it, and guess what? Apple Pay and Google Pay may be embracing SRP as a payment instant payment for them to ensure instant payment for their clients, which is also quite, which is positive as well. So this is why you never go wrong by holding a Bitcoin and crypto. BitChat is here. So guys, this is the official streaming coin. It's live on Pump Phone, as you guys can see my streaming coin. So BitChat is the official streaming coin. make sure you get some B chart. If you make sure you get some big chart. So if you ever want to add a meme coin to your portfolio, I think this is the best you can ever get. So which is a big chart. Coming here, as you guys can see, tokenizing asset drove a 60 billion opportunity in the Philippines. I've been saying this that everything is coming on blockchain. So everything is coming to blockchain. Bitcoin is not going away. So everything is coming to blockchain. Bitcoin is not going away. So more people keep embracing a blockchain. More people keep embracing a Bitcoin. Why are they embracing blockchain? That is because blockchain is so transparent. You know, blockchain is so transparent like never before. That is why more as many people keep embracing it. So the best freedom you can ever have is keeping your money in Bitcoin. I totally understand when the market is in downside that there's so many people being panicking, expecting, thinking, Bitcoin is going to zero. That is because you go all in at the top, which is why you know in my own strategy, I go with dollar cost average, spread the money across the market. How does it work? Is you have $100 to invest in the crypto space. Please, decide I will be adding $5 once in a week or once a month. And then you buy the top, you buy the down. All you just need to do is to keep buying and buying and buying and buying up, buying down, buying up, buying down. In the next bull market, for sure, so you will be in profit. I totally understand that. So if historically, if history is on our side, 2026 should have been a bear market, a downside of the market, right? Because historically we usually go with a 4-year cycle. 1 year down, 3 years up. From 2027, the market should have supposed to climb it back upwards again. But what thing you guys need to know is that so even if we get into the bear market in 2026, the market will dip down like previous cycle. That is because now we have the way the institutional investors here, which they are willing to buy. People like Meta Planet, which they're already holding roughly between about $2 billion plus in Bitcoin. We have people like BlackRock Spot ETF, which they are holding at least between about $60 billion worth of Bitcoin. This is an asset with a limit supply. You need to get that. We have more than 58 million millionaires on this planet. If each millionaire said, I'm getting one Bitcoin, there's no Bitcoin out there for them. We have people like a Strategy, which they're already holding about $59 billion worth of Bitcoin today. So many people out there. Grant Cardone Capital, which they keep accumulating and accumulating and accumulating. So there is no much Bitcoin out there. I was looking at through the chart, making research about 3-4 days ago. So when I still see that, so there's almost about 6 million Bitcoin, which has not been moved in the past 3 years. And we have close to about 3 million Bitcoin, which has not been moved in the past 10 years. Don't forget, Bitcoin is 21 million that will ever be in existence. Imagine what will happen in the next 10 years where there is no much Bitcoin in the centralized exchange. When the centralized exchange finally dry up, that is when Bitcoin will skyrocket like never before. You can also see here Bolivian government to integrate a crypto into the former financial system. The Bitcoin and crypto adoption keep getting wide. So many people keep embracing it every single day. You can't doubt that for sure. So if you are not adopting a Bitcoin right now, you are missing. You are missing. You are missing. So if you are in the crypto space as well, you are still early. If you are in the crypto space, you are still early. You are still early. That's because you are still early in the market. So either you are holding altcoin or anything you are holding, once you are in the crypto space, you are still early because we still have a long way to go. If you are in the crypto space, it seems like you are using internet early 2000. That is almost how many years? Almost about 25 years ago. So if you are in the crypto space right now, it just seems like someone who was using internet just about 2000. That's about 25 years ago. We show that you are still early. Bitcoin market cap is still between 2 trillion. Bitcoin market cap. Imagine when a Bitcoin market cap head up to gold market cap. Gold market cap is between about 29 trillion. Bitcoin having a gold market cap will be taking Bitcoin to 1.5 million dollars per a coin. which is why even if Cathy Wood, there's headline, I have a headline here, maybe Cathy Wood is so bullish about Bitcoin. He said that he still believes that, for sure, in the next few years, Bitcoin will still be heading up to at least $1.5 million. Yeah, I know that is coming, but it will happen tomorrow. It will happen next year. But, the next bull market, which will be starting between about 2031, at least I think Bitcoin will be trading between 750,000 to $1 million per a coin. So there's no any other asset that can give you such return that Bitcoin. So there is no any other asset that you can invest on that can give you such return than Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is becoming a mainstream asset. So you need to get it now before gets too late. Guys, retweet it, retweet it. So it's very, very important. When you share watching from us, retweet, you're supporting the community. So just retweet the stream. So it's very, very important to support the community. Let's do Q&A. So if you don't know, if you are just tuning in, this is Charisco Crypto. I do live stream almost every single day. But guess what? So I just set out a BitChat, so which is my meme coin project. I just set it out to people who always tune in every single week. I set it out today. How does that work? So looking here, you can say this is my project. I'm streaming to pop phone right now. So people who always tune in, I already tell them to drop their address, told them to drop their Solana address on my YouTube channel a week ago. So today I sent a big chat to them. So pick up people who always tune in, and I sent big chat to them. So if you want to be part of the giveaway, not just it's just aired today. So if you want to be part of the giveaway, but what you need to do is you do nothing just by subscribing to the channel. Make sure notification bell is on, so that each time I'm live, you can see the project, get some bitchat from Profun. So each time I'm live, you get notified, so we can discuss Bitcoin and crypto together. So that is all you just need to do to get a big chat. So subscribe to the YouTube channel, share it with your friends and family. Let them know about one of the best performing assets, Bitcoin. So that is because I want us to grow together. So we are in the crypto space. You guys are not fans. We are family. So we are community. So we need to grow together in the crypto space to achieve a financial freedom. One of the best freedom you can ever give to yourself is financial freedom, when you don't need to take permission from someone before going for vacation. So when you don't need to take permission from someone before you decide to rest for the day. So you need Bitcoin now than ever. The government, they will stop printing. How they run the system is by printing more money, is by printing endless money. So they keep printing and printing and printing. And the more they print more money, the more they take your buy power away from you. Because inflation, a country like Venezuela and most other countries, even if Nigeria as well, we use the US as an example. The US national debt keeps skyrocketing, but other local currency is already dead, like Venezuela and some other countries. Their inflation is insane, because in order for those government to run those countries, they need to print more money. And the more they print money, and the more inflation keep taking away your buy power. So which is why you need an asset with a limit supply. So that is be backed by energy asset like Bitcoin. So I'm not a Bitcoin massive. So, but you all know that for sure. Bitcoin is the head of the cryptocurrency. So then you can follow the other, strong altcoin. So you can see here, followed by, you can see it is up. The weekly performance, most of the altcoins are still up huge with the weekly performance. Looking at this, you can see here, you can still see, okay, let's quickly see. It is still up with about 8%, when SRP is still up with about 7%. Guys, I can see most of you guys are watching from aka Twitter. Head over to the YouTube channel at Charisco Crypto. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure notification bell is up as well. So you doing that, you are supporting the community. So you can still see BNB still up with the weekly performance. Most of the altcoins are, climbing back up. Solana is up with about 5%. Tron is up with almost about 3%. Doji is up. ADA slightly still up as well. Hype liquidity up with about 10%, which is about 9.7%. You can see, which is Chainlink is also up. Monero up. Zcash down 23%. Yeah, Zcash has been skyrocketing over the past few weeks for sure. Now, so the momentum is slightly down, which is normal. So, which is what is happening right now. You can see Zcash is so a privacy coin. So many people are trying to gain freedom, not just gaining freedom, try to secure their wealth by no government should be able to take their wealth away from them, which is why they are swapping their some of their Bitcoin, swapping some of their other altcoin into Zcash, which is a privacy coin. That's because the blockchain is not transparent like Bitcoin. That is why he skyrocketed so much over the past few weeks. Now it's slightly slowing down, which is normal. So most of the altcoins are slightly recovering back up. Sui is slightly up with the weekly performance with another 12%. So let's do Q&A. Then we call it a day. Tomorrow is Monday. I may be streaming tomorrow. Jam to you guys. Oh man, you guys can see from a pump fun. Jam to you guys. Oh, greetings to you guys. All from pump fun. How are you guys all doing? Hope you guys are good. Yo man, yeah. How are you all doing? So let's go with Q&A. So guys, about this year, I will be starting. If you are watching from S, as I can see, most of you guys are watching from S. So there's a this year portfolio which is coming up. The plan is for me to at least to create a DCA portfolio. How it will work is that so we will start buying because historically 2026 should be the downside of the market historically. So their DCA portfolio, you guys it will be a public portfolio, which you guys will be see what I will be adding to my portfolio. Once in a week, I'll be adding to between about $50 to my portfolio once in a week. So everyone, it will be between a Saturday or Friday or Thursday, one of the days, I will be adding $50 worth of Bitcoin to my portfolio once in a week. It will be an open portfolio. So what I will be adding to my private portfolio is what I will be buying on that public portfolio. So you guys don't need to ask, oh, what are you buying? What am I buying? So you guys will be seeing what I'm buying into my portfolio. So the plan is to make sure that so create at least about $10,000 worth of portfolio when the market is down and take it to $80,000 to $100,000 in the next bull market. And you guys will be here. You guys will also see that. So guys, let's go with Q&A. Yeah, how are you guys all doing? Matthew, I'm good, my man. See you always tune in, man. Favor, welcome. Greetings to you all. Favor, I do send you a B chat. Matthew, I do send you a B chat. Send almost about 450,000 worth of a B chat, which is roughly between about $5 to each of you guys who always tune in. Not everyone who receive it this time around. The last giveaway I sent to every one of you guys, but this time around I sent it to people who always, which my YouTube channel tell me that they always tune in almost every single day. People who are always consistently, people who always share the stream. Yeah, guys, how are you all doing? So if you did receive it this time around, that does not mean you will receive the next giveaway. Make sure you always tune in so that you will receive the next one. It may be this we're already in December. It may be so today is the last month of this month. So from tomorrow will be every new month, which is December, or next tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. So, but guess what? So you guys we may be doing another giveaway coming soon. So make sure you always tune in, share the stream. Turn on your notification bell, and that is all you need. When this year, Celestian, my this year portfolio should be starting maybe from next 2 months by January, if I'm not mistaken. So the this year portfolio should be started by next 2 months. Sure. Nice. Yeah, Slade, how are you guys all doing? Sunday blessings. Yeah. Happy Sunday to you guys all, man. So big shout out to you guys. Oh, happy Sunday. So guys, accumulate as much as you can now so we can achieve not just a life changing wealth, a wife changing wealth. Don't tell anyone. A wife changing wealth. So a wife changing wealth is coming. So just by buying a Bitcoin and crypto and holding, we will all achieve a wife changing wealth. Not just a life changing wealth, a wife changing wealth. You guys are amazing, man. Okay, yeah, cool, man. Fave, how are you? How doing? So, guys, happy Sunday once again. Enjoy the weekend. So, enjoy the win. So, tomorrow, Monday, don't be surprised. The CEO of strategy will be announcing they just added more Bitcoin tomorrow. I'll be busy with studies as well. But guess what? Here in Europe, it's been not easy to try my best to manage the time. See you guys tomorrow on next. Make sure your notification bell is on. I almost stream almost every single day, but make sure your notification so we can also discuss Bitcoin and crypto together tomorrow. So, guys, fantastic news in the market that show that the market is keep getting stronger and stronger. You know, despite the slightly deep, the downside of the market which we had a few weeks ago. You guys can see BlackRock. There's inflow from BlackRock once again, which they keep start accumulating. Rich dad and poor dad. Robert Kiyosaki said that so in order for you to get rich, in order for you to get rid out from the financial system of today, the asset you need is Bitcoin. So that you need in order for you to get wealthy, in order for you to get rich, because the world is collapsing, because the government keep printing more money, which is why about $500 million was meted just yesterday here. So from USDC, what are they using those money for? To buy, which is why Google Pay and sorry guys. So which is why Google Pay and Apple Pay are embracing SROP as well. So more people, more tokenization assets keep happening in the space once again because everybody is embracing blockchain. So guys, see you all tomorrow from 6:20 p.m. Central European time. Charisco is out. See you guys tomorrow, man. Charisco, you guys are amazing. Share this stream with your friends and family. Let them know about one of the best performing assets in the world, which is Bitcoin. Charisco is out, guys. See you tomorrow.